Hi everyone, Nessie here. Um, just want to show you my new journal. This is a bird themed one. I've wanted to do a bird themed journal for so long and I finally got round to doing it. I had so much fun. I got carried away, I think, a bit. It's a real chunky one, It's a long time since I've done one like this. So I didn't actually use a kit for this one. I did use some journal pages though by Compass and Ink. So I will put a link to her shop in the description for you. And then I mainly used Edith Holden images because she has so many beautiful bird pictures in her books. And I also used images from another book called The Book of British Birds. This one, again, it is another beautiful book. I just love this cover and I am going to make a journal using this cover, probably an owl themed one. Yeah, it has loads of beautiful bird pictures in. So I used this book as well for anyone who is interested. Hope you can see that, and it's in frame. So yeah, that's basically what I did. So I'm going to do a flip through for you. This journal measures 5 5/5, so it's just over 5.5 inches by 8 5/8, so just over 8.5 inches. It has a 2.5-inch spine with 3 signatures. That gives you 60 pages or 120 pages front and back. It is a hardboard cover that has been matted with card. And on the front there is an image, a fussy cut image from an Edith Holden page with some gauzing, and says journal on with some fabric bits, and it's been stitched. The enclosure is a tea dyed and wrinkled satin ribbon which is attached, and it does undo there. Like I say, it is a chunky one. I did go a bit crazy, carried away. Okay, so let's make a start. So on the front cover we have a large pocket that has an image of a robin on with some gauzing and tissue paper. Inside there is a small collaged tag that has been stitched and backed. All of the tags and cards have been backed, and a large tag. Again, with beautiful images on. Here is a page, one of the journal pages I've used. I think they were called spring birds, I'm not sure, but anyway, these are the that's one of the journal pages. Here we have a Edith Holden tag pocket that has a little charm on it. I don't know if you can see. Now, a lot of the elements that I made in this journal was from I think she's called Wishes and Weeds, Nancy. I'm not sure, I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure she's called Wishes and Weeds, and she does an amazing series on Edith Holden journals and all the different elements, and this is one of the elements. So in the front here you have a little tag that's been backed and stitched, and then this flips over, and on the other side there is a little tuck spot which has got 2 little tags in, and they just tuck into there. On the next page there is some tea dyed paper. This is kind of like a tissue paper with a cluster on. some writing paper. These are the journal pages I've used. On the other side, this is a pocket that I made using one of the pages from the owl book, and it's got like, it lists 4 different kinds of feathers on it. I aged the page and then made it into a pocket and added a little feather charm on there. And in that pocket there is a large coin envelope that has a card in. And also there is a larger collaged journal card. On this side there is some Hessian trim with a few little buttons on. Just some tea-dyed paper, paper from the kit. This is a journal page also by the same lady, but not in the kit with the birds. This was a different set of journal pages that she did that I added in because I just think they were nice. Here we've got a decoupaged envelope. It's been decoupaged with some napkins, and in there is a large tag that's been backed and not stitched, but it has been backed. And this flips out. There is some graph paper. Again, there's some Hessian trimming on the back, and there is a little bird charm, lovebird charm on there as well. And then on the other side, more writing paper, another image from the kit, tea-dyed paper, and then we come to the centre of the first signature, which has got the little discs on the centre ties. On this side, this one's all about blue tits and coal tits. There are apparently many different tits. These are coal tits and these are blue tits. So this is a CD case that has a little card in of this one's a great tit. And that slips in there with a little tab on it. And here are blue tits, and that's a pocket which has another blue tit on there. And then on the larger card there is a crested tit, apparently. Who knew there were so many different types of tits out there, blue tits out there or whatever. That book's actually quite surprising. It's full of all British books and British birds, and half of them I didn't even know existed. More than half. Tea-dyed paper, some more journaling paper. Again, here is just some writing paper. There's a cluster at the top, and here we have a small corner tuck spot at the bottom that has a card in. And then there is a black and white image of a bird here that I took from another book, but I can't remember the name of the book, that I distressed, aged, and I've turned it into a large pocket. And in there is a large card, which is one of the journal pages that I just cut down and made into a large card. I do find that journaling pages are quite good for making into larger journaling cards. Then we go, there's the other side of the graph paper and a journal page. Here we have a postcard pocket. It's got some Hessian on it and a few buttons and a nuthatch bird, apparently. Beautiful blue bird. And in there is a large collaged postcard and another large tag, collage tag, spotted flycatcher, that one. I did put, where there were labels of the birds, I have included them. Not all of them have labels, but the most of them do, the majority do. And then we turn over. Here we have a folded over envelope. So this one has got a wax seal on. I don't know if you can see it. Hopefully you can. It's a feather wax seal on there. And that's a tuck spot, which has a large journal card in, which is again one of the journal pages. And then that is an attached envelope, it does not come off. And then on the other side, on the front of the envelope, there's a large pocket with different eggs on. That's an Edith Holden page, and inside there is another blue tit journal card. She has a lot of blue tits in her book, but she has loads of birds, to be honest. And then that flips out. Here's the envelope, the inside of the envelope, and in there is another collaged card. I don't know what bird that is. It didn't have a label, but I don't know, blackbird maybe. I don't know. Anyway, that goes inside the envelope. These are pages from the journal pages. It's not a kit, it's just pages. And then here we have some tissue paper. And on this side we have a tag. It's a tag tuck spot. There's a little bird paper clip on the side. And then this spins up into a secret journaling spot. And this says, it's the little memories that will last a lifetime. And then I just put that paper clip there to kind of keep the swivel closed. Not that way, you want it that way so you can see the bird. And in there, behind the tuck spot, is another large journal card. On the next page there is just some satin ruffle, and on this side there is a tab that says music and has a little flower attached to it. That's the first signature. In the next signature we start off with a little, this is a tuck spot, but it opens up into a little notebook which has some paper in. On this side of the notebook, I don't know if you can see it, I hope so, there's a little pocket. This is another one of Nancy's elements with a couple of little bingo card and giant ticket in. And then that closes up and it just slips under the beak of the bird, her head. And that's a snow bunting, beautiful bird. And behind there is another large journal page card. On the next page, journal pages. Here we have a belly band of a wren, and there's two cards behind the belly band, this one and a larger one. This belly band is kind of like, it's like a double belly band with like tissue paper down the middle. So it is kind of, you can kind of see through it, but not really, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I wanted to do something a bit different, so that's a wren. On the page after that, here we have some more tissue paper with a cluster on. This is another one of the journal pages. Here's some writing paper, and then this flips open like that because this is one of the birds from the British Bird book. I absolutely loved this image, but it was just too big to fit, so I've done it as a flip in rather than a flip out. It's a heron. It's so beautiful. I did age it and distress it, and it is also a large pocket. So in there is a larger journaling card, and then that slips into there. And then on the front there's a smaller one, and it's got a little kind of description about the heron on the pocket, and inside there is just a small little card with a willow warbler on it. So this is the thing about when you don't buy kits, or I've all the cards are mainly collaged cards. I don't know why that's kind of catching a bit there. I might have to glue it. They're collaged cards, so it's a lot more work when you don't have a kit. Here is just some tea dyed paper, again with some Hessian trim on that's been stitched on and has some buttons. Here is some thicker, almost like tracing paper that's been tea dyed. It has a little pocket on it, live your dream, and in there is a card with another wren on it. Tea dyed paper, there's a journal page, and this is the center of the middle signature. So with this one I've taken a bag. It's one of those paper bags that you normally get bagels in, not bagels, baguettes, you know, the long baguette breads, and they come in these bags with the clear window on the front. So it's not a used one. I have some that haven't been used. And so I've made that into a long double pocket with fussy cut images on, and the center discs in the middle. And then this one has a journal card like this, and then just a journal page card. And then that should, yeah, slip in. It's kind of like a double pocket because you've got behind the bag and then you've got the inside of the bag as well. It's a bit fiddly because it sometimes catches on the film. And then on this side you have this one. And these are white throats apparently. And a larger card. On the next page, just some tea dyed paper. There's a cluster on this one. This is the other side of the tracing paper, which has a journal spot on there, and then that flips out and there's a little envelope. It doesn't have anything in it because it's an unsealed envelope, so you open this out. And this has a chiff chaff on it with some Hessian, and then that opens out and it just gives you a little journaling spot. But you can obviously put something in there as well and close it up. It's just kind of like a little secret journal spot. And then you just tie this up. On this side there is a large corner pocket of a Edith Holden page, fussy cut bird, song thrush, and then there's another one on this card. It goes in there, and then there's a large journal page turned into card as well. Then you have more images from, I keep wanting to say images from the kit, but they're not. They're just journal pages. Here we have another little pouch pocket with a garden warbler on it, and in there is just a journal card. And then that sits in there. More writing paper. And here, so on this side, this is an envelope I've done. This is a detachable envelope. Now it's held on with a little altered paper clip. Now I did this one as a detached envelope because I put a wax seal on it. It's of a tree, if if you can see that. And I found a few little bird feathers when I was out on a walk, and I've attached those. Now I understand that some people might be a bit funny about bird feathers being in a journal or being in here, so I've done it as an attached envelope. So if you don't want it, you can just throw it away, really, to be honest. You don't have to keep it. I just liked it and thought it looked pretty, so I wanted to include it. And in here there is a journal card, collage journal card. And this is just a distressed envelope. It's got a little bird on there with some gauzing, and then that hooks over this tissue paper, and it's attached with the paper clip. I've actually attached it on this side, like so, and then on this side under the flap I just added a little journal card as well that goes under there. And on that side there's the envelope. On this side it's just tea-dyed paper. There is another tab. This one says Lyric, and I've attached a little leaf charm to this one. I really do hope this is all in camera and you can see it okay. And then on this side there is a side pocket that is made with a Edith Holden page. That's a linnet and thistle seeds. It's a beautiful image. And in there is a journal card of a thistle stem, and there is another envelope with a bird on. And in here there is if I can get it out, just a large card. I've really stuffed this book to overload. I went a bit mad because I just enjoy making the elements, and then I get carried away. And then on here there are some more journal pages. I just love these little bird houses she's got on here. And on the other side there is a pocket. This flips up, and underneath there is a glassine bag pocket. This is another one of Nancy's elements, and this also has a blue tit in it. But this is a blue tit from the British Bird book and not Edith Holden's. And also on the other side there is a little notebook pad thing there, and that flips down. Last signature, here we have a journal page from the journal pages. Here we have another pocket. This one's got an image of, well, blue tits these are, I'm not sure on the other ones, of in the snow. That's a pocket there, and in there are two, there's a tag and a bingo card. And then in the top of it there is also a large journal card. That goes in the top. In the top, and then that flips out, and on the other side there is another little corner tuck spot that also has a little tag in. That just flips back. Again, one of Nancy's elements from Wishes and Weeds. Here we have some journal page. There's some graph paper with a cluster on. Here we have a what's it called? It's not a postcard because it's got a tab on it, a tab pocket. What are they called? Index card pocket. It's an index card. And in there is a small card, garden warbler, and a large tag with a goldfinch on it. And this, on the pocket, there is some ruffle and some buttons, and that is a blackbird nest, apparently. Other side, tea dyed paper, writing paper, journal page, some of that tissue paper. It's a bit thicker than tissue paper. Kind of like in between tissue paper and tracing paper. Makes a nice crinkly sound though. Here we have another tag tuck spot. This is also one of Nancy's ones. And in there, there is a tag. It says goldfinch feeding on a thistle seed, which is actually what is in on the pocket is. So that's the goldfinch and that's the thistle seed. And that goes in there. And behind this tag is another journal page tag, and that just tucks behind there. Here there is a journal page, tea dyed paper, and on this side there is a don't really know what you would call this, but this kind of unwinds, and that has a little lovebird charm on the end of it. And then this opens up. There is a little pocket here that has a card in. And there is a journal spot here. But you could actually put something in that and it will be held shut. And then at the bottom there is a tag with some mistletoe on, and that flips down. And underneath there, there is a kind of like a file folder and a journal card. And then this you just wrap it around a few times, and then around the bottom one, and the charm just hangs. Here is another journal page, some tea dyed paper, and this is the centre of the last signature. Now in the British bird books, they had these images of how birds come into land. So there's one of how a bird lands on a branch, which is that pocket there. Hopefully that's in and you can see it. That's got some lacing on it and a little doily with a brad. And then the other one was landing on water. Sorry, I knocked the camera. But it's sort of a duck landing on the water. So I thought they were quite nice and different. So I aged them and distressed them. And one's a top pocket with a card in. And the other one is a bottom pocket with a card in. And there's some tea dyed paper, some writing paper. On this side there is a tuck spot, banner tuck spot, that's got a willow warbler on it. I'm hoping the pages will flatten out over time. When I first made it, it wouldn't even stay shut, but as it's been tied together, it's now staying shut on its own. So hopefully the pages will flatten out a bit. I think I just went a bit mad and overdid it really. I could have probably have made it into 2 smaller journals, which I probably should have done, but anyway, it's a big chunky one. Hopefully someone will like it. I love it. There's a cluster here. And that opens up. There is a journal page, some tea dyed paper. On this side there is another pocket from an Edith Holden page of a hedge sparrow, and in there there is a tag with a lesser redpoll on, and also a larger journal page tag. I mean, I am going to list this in my shop as it is. If it doesn't sell, I might break it up and make it into 2 smaller journals. But I, in honesty, would rather not do that because I want to move on to something new now. This is some tissue paper on with some Hessian trimming that's been stitched with a leaf and some buttons. Another journal page. Here is a corner pocket from Edith Holden page that has a little egg tag. So this is the song thrush and her babies, and this is the song thrush egg. So that just tucks in there like that. And then behind there, there is a larger card. And then there is a tag with a tree creeper on it. I've never heard of tree creepers, and I absolutely love this because I don't know if the illustrator did it purposely, but I think he made the bird look purposely creepy. The eyes are creepy. I don't know. There's something about it that makes it creepy. I don't know, but I like the fact that it's a tree creeper. It's creepy. On the other side, we've got some more graph paper, and on this graph paper there is a long thin tag with a willow tit, another different type of tit. This opens up and there is a note paper underneath, and it also has a long thin card in the top. In. I sometimes find that these tabs kind of catch on the top of the pocket, but they do go in. You just got to fiddle. It's because the tab catches. And then that flips out and there's some writing paper. Another journal page. And here I've, like I did with the first, it's a black and white image from a different book that I've aged and distressed and turned into a large pocket. And inside there is a large card that slips in. And again, this has another tab on it with a flower charm and says melody. And that's the last page. And then on the back page, I have done a belly band that's got these tags, decorative tag on. It says create with a leaf on and a little tag with a bird on as well, and that just swings. And then under the belly band I've included a Edith Holden postcard of birds. There is an envelope. Now this is an attached envelope. It does not come out. It is attached. The belly band is there to hold it shut. So that flips out like so, and then you have your envelope, which I haven't got anything in, but I'll slip some tea dyed paper in there or something for writing on. And then that just closes by slipping under there, and then it's kind of hidden away by the postcard, and that's the back page. So yeah, that's the my bird journal. See, before I would put it down and it would just go like that. But it's kind of been trained to stay shut now with the ties. So hopefully the papers will flatten out a bit. So like I say, I will list this in my Etsy shop, and I'll put the link in the description below. Hopefully it'll go to a nice home because I do love it. I just don't use them. So I will list it, and if it sells, that's great. If it doesn't, I'm actually on holiday for the next couple of weeks, finally getting to go away. I'm going on a craft holiday, and I really need it. I go with my sister, and we just spend the whole time crafting. We don't have any of the children with us. We're very lucky, really. It's been cancelled so many times because of COVID. So anyway, I'm away for the next couple of weeks where I'm planning on doing a bee journal. If this doesn't sell in that time, then when I get back, I might break it down into smaller journals because it is a big chunky journal. Don't really know if people like big chunky journals, because like I say, I love making these. I love making these, but I just don't use them. So I would rather they went to someone who would use them, or would appreciate them at least, give them a good home. So yeah, I'll put the description in below. I will also put a link. I'll put a link in below to my shop. I'll put a link below to the journal page shop, which is called Compass and Ink. And if I can, I will put a link to Weeds and Wishes and Nancy's Edith Holden series, because I go back to it again and again because it's just so amazing. I just love the things she makes. They're so beautiful. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble now again. I tend to do that at the end of videos. So please do like, comment, let me know your thoughts on this, because I would really love to know what you think. And subscribe if you haven't already. And thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye.